Welcome back, y'all, and today we're going to dive into another single essential oil, and it's kind of a bit of a two-in-one.
Yeah, so we're going to do
sandalwood.
Another twofer.
Yeah, the twofer.
If you go and look at our cinnamon and cassia video, the chemistry is so similar that we did both together, so we're going to do the same again with
sandalwood and Hawaiian sandalwood.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, because a lot of times we don't talk about the botanical names of the oil, we just use the common name that we know. But here we're talking about Santalum paniculatum, which is the Hawaiian. And this is a more sweet, a little sweeter aroma to it. And then you have, doTERRA also sources the Indian sandalwood, which is Santalum album. Now I'll get into the chemistry and the differences there, but we have two regions of the world, and what's really unique about these trees, and you'll see doTERRA say, well, we sustainably source Hawaiian sandalwood. The reason they're able to say that is because for this oil, you have to distill the actual heartwood of the tree, so you need the trunks, and you chip it up, and it goes through the distillation process. But what's very special about this wood is it retains its aromatic properties for years after being cut down or even just naturally dying. So what doTERRA does with the Hawaiian is the trees that are dying, have died, they collect that wood and it's still preserved very well, and they use that to make the essential oil rather than actually like clear cutting and harvesting trees.
There's a lot of history to, negative history as it were, and that's kind of true in a lot of essential oils in terms of just sort of that deforestation concept. And so I love how doTERRA is sourcing. Each story is unique. So if you go look at like Douglas fir, they're harvesting the whole trees there, the young trees there, to help get rid of an invasive population in New Zealand. And so sandalwood is one where it's very unique because a lot of the products tend to come from like sort of excess of a logging industry. Well, because sandalwood, you have to have the heartwood, the core. The past history of it is they just kind of rip up the whole trees, or you have to cut down the whole tree to get the sandalwood essential oil. So Hawaii in particular, where the Hawaiian sandalwood is from, obviously, Hawaii, a little more coffee for me. When the European settlers started coming in, the king at the time jumped in on this worldwide trade, and so they sort of deforested a lot of the islands. And so doTERRA in particular is working with the local, I'm not going to try and say the name of the reserve because I would mispronounce it, and I'd have to apologize for that. But it's working with a local preserve and reserve to reforest the sandalwood, and the sandalwood will grow to maturity in about 15 years, which is incredible because we can look at the next generation will have this beautiful sandalwood forest. And like Dominic said, what they're doing to sustainably source it is harvesting from the dead trees that are there, because it's pretty cool that the oil will be held in the trees there. So what you'll see with doTERRA, and we only have one right now. We have the Santalum album, which is the Indian one, and the way I buy it is just my box is kind of full, so I'll buy one and then I'll buy the other, and then I'll buy one and then buy the other, because the chemistry is very similar. The smell is similar, and what we'll find with the sandalwood, the Indian sandalwood, is it's a little bit woodier.
Yeah. But it's still very sweet, a very delicate wood oil.
It's real subtle, like a cedar wood, but has just a little bit more richness. And I think as we were looking at, they're both in a lot of blends. And what you're going to find is, again, this is one of the, not the most costly oils, but it's definitely up there. And again, it's because of the difficulty harvesting, and it's pretty low yield. Like you get pretty low yields from woods.
Yeah. So this is a very tight grain, fine, wood. And it walks that away.
Okay, chemistry, because actually as we were looking at the properties, it's got really similar properties to frankincense and myrrh, but those are both resins. And the chemistry of this is unique.
Yeah.
So tell us about.
So with sandalwood, you're getting kind of like off the chart sesquiterpene alcohol chemistry. Yeah. And this is really where the difference is that Hawaiian, you're up to like 98% of the oil being sesquiterpene alcohols. So the most predominant one in sandalwood is alpha and beta santalals, and that's all you really get with the Indian. But with the Hawaiian, you're getting bergamontol, nuciferol, lancierol. So you're getting all these other sesquiterpene alcohols come into the play, and then your other constituents are just sesquiterpenes, sesquiterpenaldehyde, and carboxylic acid. We'll go into the names there, they're not as important, but what you're ending up with is, I hear all these alcohols, these sesquiterpene alcohols, I know they're going to be absolutely phenomenal for cleansing and helping to restore your skin. And that's probably the main application for a bodily system, is your skin, and supporting that, your circulatory system. So they've actually shown that sandalwood is very similar in properties on very similar in how it can support your circulatory system as frankincense oil. So you kind of keep that in mind. We can get into the applications now, but one of the great applications is like to give yourself a self-spa. And so if you use hot water, put a drop or two of sandalwood oil, make a little tint, and get in there and have that steam and that sandalwood, is going to help rejuvenate your skin in amazing ways. And I do this all the time, by the way.
I was going to say, my husband just described a facial. You put in some hot water and you steam tint. Facial.
Do it, guys. So
please do it, and send your videos, send your pictures. Dominic's gonna do this later. We're gonna do this because I've never done this. You know, sandalwood's one I kind of just sort of forget about because of the cost. I sort of want to keep it precious, but then as we're pulling this open and reading, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to use this oils. Another way to do it, because we were talking about the hair, skin, and nails, is I have a bottle of peppermint in my shower that I mix with my shampoo and rub that into my scalp. And then when I do my conditioner, I do rosemary and Ylang Ylang to try and help the frizz. We live in Houston, my hair is frizzy. But sandalwood's another one that you could add as well to kind of moisturize your hair. Or if you take a drop or two and just sort of run it through your hair, and it'll help soothe. Adding it to your skincare routine, it is in the amazing Immortelle blend, which has all those big heavy hitters that we know. Frankincense, it has the Hawaiian Sandalwood, the paniculatum. I need to slow down before I can't rush that one. Lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. So this is just incredible for skin. And what I like to do with this one is I'll take old bottles and I'll pull off either like fourths or thirds and add carrier oils to this. I know I've talked about this before, but this is a great night skin routine. Also because all the oils are super calming, great to help the mind and the body get ready for sleep. So that same way you could rub sandalwood, you could kind of rub it on your pulse points and inhale. This is the easiest way to get the maximum immediate benefits from essential oils. Just dab a little drop there and deep inhalation, let it go all the way in. That was a really short breath, but I would do a much deeper breath because y'all don't want to see me breathing on video. But you can add that to part of your nighttime routine to help calm and get ready for bed. Grounding, do a little bit of massage. Sandalwood's another one that would be great for massage, especially if you have tension, anxious feelings. You could add sandalwood to lavender and wild orange and massage into the neck and help create, we've been talking to our kids a lot about, okay, if here's a thing that you're feeling or you're upset or this isn't right, what are things that you know that you can start doing about it? And I have to tell you, I was having a hard day the last 2 days. I just was down and I realized I was like, I'm not doing the things. I need to do the things to help get past this. And so hopefully that's our goal in making these videos, is that we're giving you tools to have in your home so that when you're noticing something, when you're noticing I'm having very sad feelings or depressed feelings or anxious feelings, you'd be like, okay, what was the oil that they mentioned? And you can go and grab that and take a moment and help yourself reset. So that's my encouragement to you, and I'm also speaking to myself, is help do the things. If you don't have these oils yet, please contact us. There's a form at the bottom, and we would love to help get them into your house so that you can do the things. Okay, so sorry about that. I get on little rabbit trails, I'm sorry. So I've mentioned it's in the Immortelle. So this is the Hawaiian, is in the Immortelle. It is also in Elevation and Serenity. And you kind of think like, okay, well, this is a really calming oil. Why would it be in something like Elevation, which is an uplifting oil? And it's the same thing that we've said before, is that the oils don't make you sleepy or make you hyper. They help get your body in a regular rhythm so you can be calm and energetic at the same time. Wow.
probably the preferable way.
That's probably. Also, same thing, it's in tune, which is the focus blend, and that's one of the reasons I absolutely love this one. This is probably one of my favorites because it keeps you calm, focused, energized, ready to work. And a small little note about this one is this one actually has Amyris balsamifera, which is a West Indian sandalwood, which is not available. They've like snuck it.
Yeah, because I mean, sandalwood trees are a tropical tree, and so they grow many places.
Yeah, there are about 20 varieties, I think we found.
But the thing about it, I mean, they're, from what we talked about before, these little islands, you don't necessarily want to go in and harvest from them because it's just not a sustainable supply. So you need to keep that down.
Yeah. And then
I want to go back before we go into the rest of the oils. Is one of the original uses for sandalwood was actually incense. You know, burning it directly. So that's why you get this it's very calming, a meditative type scent. And so you can use that to your advantage. And the main application we use cedarwood, at least I do, sandalwood, is for that sleep support. So whether that's Serenity directly or we make our own blends and add sandalwood in there, that's probably your like powerhouse workhorse application for this. I think with your skincare, you're a little better off using one of the pre-blended because there are. It's like the broken record of these videos. It's good for your skin. It's good for your skin. It's good for your skin. So use the Immortelle. You know that's just a powerhouse.
It also makes it easier. Then you don't have to remember which one, what.
So let's jump into the other blends that now use the Indian sandalwood, not the Hawaiian, the album. So you have from the emotional line, the comforting blend, which is Console, a wonderful oil for reassuring yourself. Anchor from the yoga blends, one of my favorites. I love Anchor. Just sweet and grounding. Passion, which we've talked about before, the inspiring blend, that it's great to work into routines like meditation or prayer or things like that. So.
Sandalwoods, it's the oil of sacred devotion, but it essentially helps that. It essentially helps you release kind of the worldly things and just continue to get in touch with the deeper things of God. So whatever your practice is, and I actually heard a really excellent description of meditation lately, because I kind of go, when I hear that, but then the scripture tells us like meditate on the law day and night, and it's intentional mindfulness. It's taking those moments, however long or short, to connect, to recenter, to refocus, whatever it is that you need to do. And so if you do like any kind of a yoga practice or a spiritual meditation or prayer meditation or whatever, sandalwood's an amazing one for that, because it's going to kind of help sort of release some of those things and just get back in touch with that. And purpose, I'm all about purpose, so to refocus purpose. But yes, so getting in touch spiritually, sandalwood. And it's also in the Whisper, but I don't have that one. I'm sorry. Here, I'll demonstrate. Whisper.
That's it, right?
Okay, so we've talked emotional, we've talked the sleep,
and the skin. So there you go. There's sandalwood, and like we talked about, going back to the chemistry, they're very similar. You know, Hawaiian is a little more prized. It's got more of that sesquiterpene alcohol chemistry. It's a sweeter aroma. So take your pick. Use what you're going to use, but they're amazing. Sandalwood is an amazing oil.
I forgot for blending, it is a base note, so it's been used a lot in the perfume industry as kind of just a real subtle background. Because it's so subtle to me, like a cedarwood, it can blend with a lot of things, but if you're wanting to really smell the sandalwood, I would suggest just doing a little bit of like a drop of lavender with it, or even another wood, or one drop of Ylang Ylang, or a drop of frankincense. But if you're really wanting to smell sandalwood in your house.
Okay, and next time we get to go to another tree, Siberian fir.
Yes. Thanks.
But
And
until
as
we
always,
get there,
questions, comments.
Yeah, comments. We like reading them.
Yeah, and hearing your ideas. And I really want to see some men facials videos or pictures, please.
Bye.